Hi, guys. Good afternoon. My name is Gabriel or Gabe. I am from Birmingham in the UK, and I am currently at the Ponte Lungo School in Rome. Where are you guys, and what's your name? Hello, Beatrice. Nice to have you on again. How are you today, Beatrice? And to the rest of students joining us as well, how are you doing? Do you have any plans for the Easter weekend, Beatrice? And hello, Jacopo. Good morning, or I think we just tipped afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, and Chiara and Luca, how are you doing, guys? I'm very well, thank you, Luca. How are you? Jacopo is from Florence. Are you still in Florence, Jacopo? You say you're from Florence. Do you still live in Florence? And how are you as well? How are you, Jacopo, and how are you, Chiara? And Cristina from Parma. Fantastic. Okay. We have a very active class. That's what I like to see. And Titi from Bari, from the province of Bari. Excellent. And Jacopo, you still live in Florence. Okay, fantastic. Cool. So today we are looking at a day trip. And we are going to be looking at future forms. So hopefully I don't know how many of you are familiar with the futures. If you are, some revision of future forms. If you aren't, some practice of future forms, some learning. And so we're looking at planning a day trip, making plans and talking about them, and deciding who does what before a trip. I'm very well, thank you, Jacopo. I'm looking forward to the Easter weekend a little bit. And Beatrice says, this weekend I'm in. I suspect we're all in a little bit. And Simone, hi, Simone from Bologna. How are you, Simone? Okay, so before we begin, I want to see if you can remember which forms of the future we have. So we have three main forms. Can you tell me what they are? What the name of the future form is, and what it is used for as well. So Cristina already has future simple down. Fantastic. What is the future simple used for, Cristina? Okay. And then future simple, and then we have going to, and the present continuous. Well done, perfect. Cristina, Titi, Jacopo, and Luca, excellent. So, future simple, here we are, excellent. Used for spontaneous decision, good. So, also, Cristina, you've mentioned, as has Jacopo and Luca, you've mentioned going to. What do we use going to for? Future simple is used for spontaneous decisions. Absolutely, Luca. And then for going to is used for future intentions, as Lucas said here, and Christina has said. Yes, going to is more future intentions or future unfixed plans. Chiara, I would say that will is more of a decision tense, I think. Yes, as you've kind of said down here, decision first for future simple, and then going to is for future intentions, like Luca and Christina have said. And what about finally present continuous? Luca, you're on it. Yeah. What about present continuous, guys? That's absolutely right, Christina. Yeah. The phrase easier said than done leaps to mind, Christina. Absolutely. It's easy in theory, not so much in practice. And then we've said, yeah, Lucas said present continuous for fixed plans, as has Chiara, spot on. And Christina has said for fixed plans with date and time. Yeah, that's good. That's an important thing not to forget. This is interesting as well. Lucas raised the point that future simple is used for predictions as well. You could also use predictions using the going to form as well, but you must give evidence for that. Will is also used with in one other occasion as well. Do we know what will is also used for? The future simple this is. One other instance where you might say, where you might use the future simple. I wonder if you know. We have silence in the chat for now. I don't know. I don't know if people are typing. It's very difficult to ascertain. The future simple, there's one other use of the future simple, of the will form of the future. Okay, I don't know if people are writing. If they are, I'm sorry. But will we also use to make promises as well. So it's very similar to a decision in the moment, I guess. So you could say, I will give her it. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Michele. We use it for spontaneous decisions as well. Yeah, will you marry me is a really good example of that as well. It's yeah, that's absolutely a promise. It's more of a binding promise, but this as well. So it's very similar to the spontaneous decision idea as well. But you could have this element of planning to do something that is a promise. If I say to you, I will give it her tomorrow. I will give her the present tomorrow. It could be used as a promise to express to somebody that you are going to do something, you're planning to do something. Will is used as a tense of promise. But that's a great example as well. Will you marry me, Luca? That's not me proposing you. For example, will you marry me is a fantastic example. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's move on and practice some of these in use. As Christina said, it's easier to talk about these than to actually do them. So future intentions here. Let's start looking at the going to form. So what are you going to do when you get home? We have a list of things on the left, a list of activities. The exercise is you are this person. So you are a nurse after a night shift. What are you going to do when you arrive, when you get home? I am going to. What are you going to do? Choose. And can you write a full sentence as well? I don't just want the phrase, I want the full sentence. So Beatrice has said, perfect continuous. Okay, just for Beatrice's comment here, watch out. So the present continuous, watch out, because if you use perfect, it brings up a whole different aspect, a whole different way of phrasing the verbal tense. For the present continuous of this phrase, we don't need the to here. We would just say, I'm going shopping. Shopping is a way of saying the activity here. I'm going shopping this afternoon, Beatrice. But that is exactly right. The present continuous is used for fixed plans. I'm going shopping, and then your time marker this afternoon. And so you are a nurse after a night shift. Christina said, I'm going to go to bed. Excellent. Luca said, if I'm a nurse after a night shift, I'm going to go to bed as well. And Chiara said, I'm going to kiss my family. That's especially true, I think, in these days, isn't it? Absolutely. Lovely example. I'm going to go to bed. Good. Excellent. And really well done as well, guys, that you're using the I'm going to go. If we're using the future intention with go as the verb, you need that go twice. I'm going to go. Well done. Okay, so the next one. You are a businessman with a family. What are you going to do when you get home? Michaelis said, if I'm a nurse, when I come home, I'm going to go to eat. Absolutely. And Titi said, I'm going to change my clothes. Absolutely as well. Very good. Okay, for number 2, you're a businessman with a family. What are you going to do when you get home? Some of these are a little stereotypical. A businessman or a businesswoman. Jacopo said, I'm going to count my money. Excellent. And Lucas said, if I'm a businessman with a family, I'm going to kiss my wife and children. Excellent. And Chiara said, I'm going to take off my suit, as has Christina. Excellent. Good. Okay, let's just do a few more, but these are very good so far. You are a thief after a bank robbery. What are you going to do when you get home? A robbery is the action of stealing something. And a thief is somebody who steals, is somebody who takes things, just in case you don't know. Yeah. So the verb of robbery is to rob. A bank robbery is the robbing of a bank. And Titi said, if I were a businessman, I'm going to take off my suit. This is excellent, Titi, because you've used were in this instance, which is the subjunctive in English, which is often not used by native English speakers. If I were a businessman, I'm going to take off my suit. This is excellent English. Well done. Lucas said, I think I'm going to escape immediately and then I'm going to count my money. Very good. Beatrice, maybe if you try and leave the broadcast and then come back in, sometimes that works. I'm sorry about that. Try and leave and then come back. Christina said, I'm going to go to Paradise Island. Excellent. And Jacopo, now I'm going to count my money. So is Chiara. What about a dustman? You're a dustman. What are you going to do when you get home? Simone has said, if I'm a thief, I'm going to count my money as well. Excellent. So a dustman, guys, is somebody who works with waste, with somebody who works to collect bins and waste. Somebody who clears the rubbish on the streets. So the waste and the recycling paper, the glass, we tend to call these dust. Well, in the US, they call them dustmen or a dustman. In the UK, which is where I'm from, we call them bin men or a bin man. So dustman, is used in America, in the US, and bin man is used in the UK. And Michele and Titi have said, I'm going to have a shower. Yes, most likely. Hello, Alessio. Nice to have you on. If I were a thief, I'm going to take off my mask. Nice. Take off my mask. Very good. I like that. And Simone has said, if I'm a dustman, I'm going to clean my clothes. Spot on. And Chiara's going to go to bed as well. Good. Okay, moving on. You are a school child. What are you going to do when you get home? So notice as we go through this that we don't have a fixed time of when we get home. There's no fixed hour. It doesn't say when I get home at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. It just says when I get home. My intention is going to be to watch TV. It's not a fixed plan. It's a future intention. Chiara has said, I'm going to open the fridge. A hungry child. Yep. Christina said, I'm going to watch TV. Good. What else? Lucas said, I'm going to open the fridge. I'm going to open the fridge and then I'm going to watch a film on TV. Very good. And Titi said, if I were a school child, I'm going to take off my backpack. Yeah. Good vocab there as well. Backpack. Yeah, that's a really nice word there. Okay. Just a few more of these. I'm going to skip that one. If you're a millionaire, let's skip that one. A single woman is a bit of a stupid one in this case. Michele, I'm going to play all day with my toys. Excellent. A millionaire. There's a lot of counting my money ones here, isn't there? If I'm a millionaire, I'm going to go to the Caribbean islands. Yeah. It's a good plan, Luca. I'll pull up the last one as well, whilst we're on it. A caveman is... Chiara said, if I'm a single woman, I'm going to have dinner. Fair dues. A caveman is somebody who lives in a cave, which I think probably the best translation of is a cave is like grotta. So a caveman is somebody who lives in a grotta. Is like a Stone Age man, somebody from way back before cities and civilization began. And Michele said, I'm going to be very, very happy if I were a single woman, and I'm going to do what I want. Yeah. Okay, good. And that's nice. That's a really good sentence you formed there as well. Luca said, if I'm a caveman, I'm going to have a shower. Good stuff. All right, that's really good. I think we've done enough of that. Let's move on. So, match the phrases to the correct future form. We have 6 sentences on the right. Match them up to the forms on the left. Future simple going to present continuous. Let's start with this one. If you just label them on the right as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is number 1? Future simple going to or present continuous? And Titi said, if I were a caveman, I'm going to go to bed after a hunting session. Very good. Okay, I'll buy the tickets. Spot on. Well done, Luca, Chiara, and Jacopo. I'm having dinner with him tonight. Future simple going to or present continuous? Okay, good. Nice. Chiara, Luca, and Jacopo again. We're looking at a present continuous. I am plus in form. When you form the present continuous, you must not forget the verb to be. I know we contract in English a lot, and you must remember you haven't to forget the verb to be. So you can't say I having. We must always say I am having or I'm having. I sometimes hear students miss out the verb to be. We can't do that. I'm having dinner with him tonight. Then we're looking at 3. We're going to drive to France next year. And we have it from Jacopo already. We're going to drive to France next year. Jacopo, Luca, and Cristina. Well done. Super. This is a going to. We're going to, and then we have the bare infinitive drive. Spot on. Okay, and then she's going to Torino this weekend. Well done. Excellent. Well spotted. Well spotted to Cristina, Luca, and Jacopo. This is present continuous. Don't get tripped up by the going to. If we wanted to have going to in this phrase, we would have to say she's going to go to Torino this weekend. Well done. And then I won't tell anyone. Here we have a promise. We have a promise which uses the future simple, as Titi has said, and Chiara's got it, and Luca Well done. Excellent. I won't tell anyone. And here we have a negative. I will not. And what are you going to do is obviously the going to. Good. So we have covered this a little bit. Future simple for spontaneous decisions made now. Future intentions, plans you have made without a fixed time. And for fixed plans, arrangements which may be in your diary. Okay. And then again, down here, as we see, for the arrangements, we have time marks. Tonight, this weekend. You can have time marks with going to, but they are unnecessary. You don't need to. You can do, but you don't need to. Okay. Okay. Can you write some examples for me now? So let's say an example first. Well, what I'm really looking for is the distinction between going to and the present continuous. I think the future simple is fairly straightforward. Going to and present continuous is what I'm looking for. So I would like you to write 2 sentences, and I'd like you to write which one for the going to and one for present continuous. And I'd like you to label which one is which in the chat. Luca, an arrangement is something that it's like a kind of a plan to do something. If you arrange to do something, arrange is the verb. Arrange is the verb. The arrangement is the noun. So if I arrange to go to the beach this weekend with my friends, it means I plan or I organize a trip to the beach, and the arrangement would be the noun of that. It would mean the physical plan or the physical organization of that trip to the beach. So it's like saying plans in your diary, basically. So okay, good. Smashing, Luca. Excellent stuff. I will have pasta for lunch. Spontaneous decision. I'm going to buy a car. Future intention. And I'm watching TV tonight. Excellent. Really well done. And then from Michele. I'm going to travel next year. On Saturday, I'm staying in my home all day. Super. Excellent. Yeah, and I like this kind of next year phrase that you've put too, because it's a vague time frame as well. So we wouldn't use the present continuous for that. That's perfect. Well done. So Titi, going to is not used for fixed plans. Present continuous is used for fixed plans. That's the real difference. So for present continuous, you need a time mark, such as today, this evening, next weekend, at 1 p.m. Fixed plans. You need a time mark, such as today, this evening, next weekend, and at 1 p.m. So Titi, we use the present continuous for this fixed element. It's a fixed plan. Going to is not a fixed plan. Going to is a future intention. It is a vague plan, if you like. My intention in the example that's given here is to drive to France. It's my intention. It's not a fixed plan. Next year is a very vague time frame. This is very different from saying she's going to Torino this weekend. That is a fixed plan. Yeah. Okay. What else have we got? Jacopo said, I will go to travel. I'm meeting my nephew. I'm going to watch a film tomorrow. Going to watch a film tomorrow. I'm meeting, okay, right. I will, okay, for the future simple one, Jacopo, you don't really need to say, I will go to travel. We can just say, I will travel. I will travel is sufficient. There's nothing grammatically wrong with that sentence. It's just, I will travel is sufficient. And then you've used the present continuous. I'm meeting my nephew. So the present continuous needs this time. I'm meeting my nephew tonight. I'm meeting my nephew tonight. If you're using the present continuous, we need the time marker. And then you said, I'm going to watch a film tomorrow. That's fine. That's a future intention about tomorrow. It's just that with I'm meeting my nephew and I'm going to watch a film tomorrow, you don't need the tomorrow with I'm going to watch a film. You can write it, that's fine, but you don't need it. Whereas you do need the marker with my nephew. Tell me if that makes sense, Jacopo, because I'm not sure. Because I can't see students, I don't know if what I say is understood, if that makes sense. Kiara said, I'm eating a pizza this evening. Super example of present continuous. And you've got the time marker. Whoops. Lucas said, where are you going to go next summer? Yeah, absolutely, that's right, Luca. Where are you going to go next summer? In other words, saying, what are your plans for holiday next summer? It's a vague plan again. So we've talked about the fixed element of the present continuous as opposed to the going to. We can use they're going to, again, to talk about these vague intentions, these vague plans. So where are you going to go next summer? What is your intention? Because it's so far away, and it's, I haven't booked flights or a hotel or anything. It's my vague intention to go, I don't know, to Greece or something. Alessio has asked for future. For future, we can we use also the present simple? For example, the coach leaves at 8 p.m. This is a fantastic question, Alessio, and thank you for bringing this up. And Michele has responded. Well done. This is what I was going to say. So if you're watching, this is a really good question, and this is something I was going to bring up as well. We can use the present simple to talk about future events if there is a timetable. If we have a timetable or a schedule, like Michele has said here, if there is a timetable or a schedule and something is happening external to you, for instance, this is often the case with transportation. Like Alessio has said, the coach leaves at 8 p.m. So the transportation happens at 8 p.m. We can use the present simple. And you will often see words, lists on timetables saying the train for Milan leaves at 6 p.m. Leaves at 6 p.m. This is the only instance in which we use the present simple to talk about future events. When we have a timetable, when there is a schedule. That's absolutely essential, though, that we have that timetable, that schedule. That is a more intricate side of the future, a little bit more subtle, and it's only used in that instance. Otherwise, we generally use the present continuous for generally arrangements that you make yourself. Okay, and then we have from Titi, I'll buy the ingredients for an Easter egg. I'm going to Spain on holiday in 2021. I'm planning Easter lunch this Sunday. Great, excellent. Just a couple of things, Titi. I'll buy the ingredients for an Easter egg. Perfect. I'm going to Spain in. We don't need the definite article when we say a year is all. So we can say, I'm going to Spain on holiday in 2021. We don't need the definite article. And then I'm planning, and again, this is the case also with the before Easter lunch. We just say lunch. I'm planning Easter lunch this Sunday. This Sunday is all you need. I'm planning Easter lunch this Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So I just want to push forward. We have 5 more minutes. If we were to discuss a trip to, let's say we are going skiing in the mountains, I want you to come up with a couple of phrases. We only have 5 minutes, guys. Can you give me a couple of phrases that you might use to plan your trip? So you could use any of the 4 futures if we're being very sophisticated, as Alessio and Michele have brought in about the present simple. You can use any of these futures to discuss our trip to the mountains, but you have to use them correctly. So you can use any of them. I don't mind, but you must use them correctly. So I might write an example just while students are responding. Let me get my spelling correct of the Italian names. I don't want to get those wrong. That would be highly embarrassing. Okay, good. Okay, guys. Yeah, you've done from different trips. That's absolutely fine. That's grand, actually. Just so we have some diversity as well. So I'm cooking lamb. Okay, similar comment, Chiara, to the one I said to Titi. When we use particularly meat as food, lamb is uncountable. So we just say I'm cooking lamb. if you want to phrase it as a future, you must use a time marker. I'm cooking lamb on Sunday. For Easter, I presume you mean for Pasqua. We will go to the seaside. Jacopo says we will go to the seaside. That would be a decision. And then for the second one, Jacopo, we are going to the seaside. So again, this is a present continuous, Jacopo. We need a time marker. If you want the intention, don't forget we are going to go to, if you want the intention. Lucas said, I'm going to go to the seaside tomorrow. I'm going to sunbathe and swim. At 1 p.m., I'm having lunch. And at 6 p.m., I'm having aperitif. Super fantastic. So we have the future intention here. I'm going to go to the seaside. And then another future intention. I'm going to sunbathe and swim. Then we have present continuous using the fixed time. At 1 p.m., I'm having lunch. And at 6 p.m., I'm having aperitif. And then I think I'll go to bed. That sounds like a good plan, Luca. Michele said, next holidays, we are going to stay at a beautiful place near the cliffs. We will mind who can come with us. And now I'm buying a lot of things by the sea. We will mind. We will not sure what you mean by mind in this instance, Michele. We will choose who can come with us. We will ask who can come with us. And now I'm buying a lot of things for the sea. Yeah, good. And I like the future intention in the first. This is perfect. We are going to stay at a beautiful place near the cliffside. Titi says, I'll go to a theme park when the pandemic will be over. I'm skiing in the mountains next weekend. I'm going to the seaside next summer. Yeah, super. Yes, so you've got all time frames, time markers, which is important with the present continuous. So for my example, I said, I'm taking the 4:30 p.m. train from Brescia. So that's my fixed present continuous plan with the time marker. And then I said, I'm some skis as soon as I arrive. That's my future intention. It's not a fixed plan, but it's a future intention. There's no time marker. Although I have said when I arrive, but that's just for specificity. Okay, some really super examples there at the end, though. Keep practicing, because this is quite difficult. And if you get this distinction now, as you are beginning to, and there have been some super examples, you will sound really, really good when you hit the higher levels. Although the writing skills I've been really impressed with. So really well done. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I think I don't have them later. We have a 6 to 7 at 8 p.m. this evening, if you're around then. If not, enjoy the rest of your day and have a lovely Easter, guys. Bye-bye.